My name is Vincent O'Malley and my book is called The Invasion of Waikato, Te Tiriti ki Tainui. My book is a history of the Waikato War, which began on the 12th of July 1863 and ended just over 9 months later at Aotearoa, 2nd of April 1864. This was the largest of the 19th century New Zealand wars, a conflict that had profound consequences for what New Zealand was and what it would become. I think in many ways more transformational for the country than either world war that New Zealand fought in overseas. I wrote this book as an accessible introduction to the invasion of Waikato. It doesn't presume that you have a lot of background in New Zealand history. I think one of the things people might be surprised by is if you were a Pākehā man living in Auckland in the 1860s, you'd be subject to conscription and involved in these conflicts, and also how close this was taking place to Auckland, 40 kilometres from Queen Street. I named the book The Invasion of Waikato because that's what people called it in the 1860s. They did call it an invasion, and when British troops crossed the Mangata River on the 12th of July 1863, everybody knew that they were invading Waikato. That's how they understood it. So we've included profiles of key Tainui people at the end of each chapter, and so we've got leading tribal historians like Tomaroa, Rahui Papa, Kawhia Te Morahi, an artist like Brett Graham. We've got an activist Taitimu Maipi, a whole group of academics, Tohu Kukutai, Marama Muri-Lanning, Joanna Kidman and others. So it's really sort of an intention to highlight the sort of rich ways that people have engaged with this history through a whole range of different forms. I hope my book contributes to a greater awareness and dialogue around this history, why it matters, why it's important, and learning from that past as a basis really for kind of a reconciliation that's grounded in understanding and just knowing about the places that we live in and what happened on that landscape. I think is really important.